Hello ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas, and it would have been Happy New Year after the next episode, but this is the last one of the series, and let's hope our town can get saved in time for Christmas, because our population is collapsing. We are down to 47, and we desperately need the Nomads to turn up. Let's see if they do. First, let's just drop the speed multiplier a little bit. We've finished all our building until such time as we can get the population up. And we're suffering because we're losing tradesmen left, right and centre, including farmers. We're 4 farmers short, and we need them back in production. We're okay for food for this year, probably for next year, but if we want to grow the town, we're going to need to get people back on those farms. We've got a bunch of houses laid out and on hold, and we've got a second trading post on hold, but our new town hall is in place, and so is our guest house, waiting to receive the Nomads until such time as they can get their own homes in place. Our health is not bad. Our happiness is not bad, 90%. Our health is at 80%. We'll have to wait and see if they turn up. We're also got no sheep, so maybe the sheep trader will turn up and sell us some sheep. But even if he does, we don't have a farmer to apply to them. We do have 1 labourer spare, so we could use them. Meanwhile, well, we've got a young family in here now. That's good. We've got a middle-aged solo farmer in there, an aging fisherman, an aging herdsman, and an aging fisherman and stonecutter. Things are getting a bit desperate. 72-year-old brewer who says that alcohol shortens your life. An 83-year-old farmer. We need those Nomads desperately. So let's see what's happening with the fields. The pumpkins are still being worked. We've got 2 fields of cabbages still being worked. The 3rd one is waiting for somebody to work on it. Like I said, we're not desperate for food at the minute. Our cattle herd is up to 15 of 20, so that's not producing anything yet. Our chicken farms are doing great. That one produced 138 eggs and 66 units of chicken last year. This one 72 and 138. The brewer has been doing sterling work getting the trading post filled up, but we've got 3 orchards now without farmers. And I'm thinking maybe we can release one of these houses. As soon as we've got more than 40 stone and more than 10 iron, then I'll release one of these houses, and that will then let us hopefully get a new young family on the go. Over here we're still waiting to release this mine and these 2 houses for mine workers. We can't do that until we've got population. We've got a stone cutter not being worked. Now got a forester's not being worked by the look of it. How are we doing down here? Oh, they're all working. They're all working. Graveyard's filling up. Let's just increase the pace a little bit. And as we come into late spring towards summer, hopefully during the summer the Nomads will turn up. see they're all beavering away, moving goods around, tending their fields. This game, of course, is a management game. It's managing your resources and population. In fact, your population is a resource. It's the primary resource in order to let your town grow. There's not really much more that I can say about this. It's been a fun game to play. This series has had its ups and downs in terms of the performance that we've had from our little town. I've streamed a couple of different series on Twitch at the same time. Do check the video description and pop across to Twitch and follow me on there if you would. And as always, you know, I'm looking for comments from you guys. Are you enjoying the programs? If not, why not? What am I doing wrong? Tell me so that I can fix it. Leave your comments and questions down below. I do enjoy reading them and responding to them. Meanwhile, all we can do here is sit and watch and hope that we can keep our population up until the nomads arrive. Now, if we can get about another 5 or 6 stone and iron into stock, I'll release one of these houses. But the iron in stock has dropped. The blacksmith must be grabbing it for making tools, which is okay. That's a better situation than we had a few years ago. I think it was year 17 where we ran out of tools and we had 5 people trying to work with no tools. So it's sooner that he was keeping the stockpile up rather than letting it wither down. The tailor's done a marvellous job. He's been supplied with hides obviously by the hunters, who've also been supplying the town with venison. It's just a shame the cattle farm didn't get up and running quickly enough to also help with that, because we could have had a second tailor in place to help with exporting coats, etc. Right, we've got the stone for the house. We don't have the iron though. The iron is the issue. Now this house has got 5 iron of the 10 it needs. This house has got 20 of the 24 logs it needs. Logs are not a problem, so I'm going to release this house and get that one completed as quickly as possible. That might help with population. Alright, it's got its logs. It's almost got all its stone. Almost got all its iron now. Excellent. There we are, waiting for 2 iron and that house can get built. We've hit the food limit. I'm going to have to increase the amount of food that we can hold. I'm going to increase it up to 10,000. We need traders to turn up that are willing to take food in exchange for what they're trading. There we are, that house is going up. Stock of stone and iron is rebuilding very slowly, but it's rebuilding. So again, once the stock of stone and iron has rebuilt above the amount required by the next house, I'll release it. Trader's turned up. Let's just stop the game a minute. What's he offering? He's offering logs, only logs. Well, we'll trade some firewood for logs. We'll take all 33. We need 66. Don't think we're going to be able to do that. But, if we take 30 off him, and if we give him 15 firewood, in fact I'd prefer to give him ale. We can't do it with ale. Okay, no. So we'll just do it that way. Orders, every visit. We could do with him bringing in stone. And we could do with him bringing in, well, he's bringing in iron. Okay, trade, dismiss. Get the game running again. It looks like the tailor's run out of hides. And we're into late autumn already. Wow. Let's just slow it down, because otherwise there's going to be a very fast episode. Still no sign of the nomads. No sign of the trader that sells sheep, who normally comes during year 20. Just have a look at the activity on the bridge here. How's our cattle doing? 19 of 20. They're almost ready to start producing. One more calf and the herd will be at capacity. After that we'll start getting beef and leather from the herd. Still no sign of the nomads. We're into early winter. Perhaps we should have had that town hall up earlier. Maybe we should have built the town hall before the guest house. And We're slowly building up stone, but iron is still proving a problem. Food is still growing despite it being winter. So whatever else we did, we got our food production right. And we're back down to 46 citizens. And for a year 20 result, this is probably one of the worst that I've had playing this game. I would normally expect to be between 60 and 70 citizens in year 20, with a population growing rather than declining. So let's just speed it up again. Maybe we'll strike it lucky. Maybe we'll get the nomads coming in. And if you keep hearing a strange noise, I'm sorry, I keep bumping the microphone with my hand. No idea why. It's not something I normally do. And there we are, midwinter. We're back up to 47 citizens. Stone is growing incredibly slowly. Mind you, we are down to 1 stone cutter in the quarry, which is an issue. We're down to 6 farmers, so we got 4 agricultural units without operatives. We're also down to 1 miner, which is why we're short on iron. And we're into late winter. So as it's in late winter, I'm going to just slow it down a little bit. And let's just take a scroll through the town and see what the state is. And there we're into early spring, but with a late lasting snowfall, which is, I guess, suitable for the final episode and Christmas. And let's just pause the game there with that view and close down these screens, because that's the end of the series. We didn't get the overall population and success that we wanted. Come on, try and get that nice and centre. There we are. And just turn it around a little bit so that we can see a bit more of the town. Take it back. Is it gonna... That's a better view. There we go. So end of the series, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do, as I said earlier, please do leave your comments down below. Let me know what you did like, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see if I do another series of Banished, and that very much depends on your feedback. If you don't want another series of Banished, I won't do another series of Banished. It's that simple. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of my family and myself to wish you all the very, very best for Christmas and the New Year. And I'll be taking a break over the Christmas week. There'll be some year review special videos uploaded for you to watch, but I'll not be creating new content to put up until New Year's week. So, a very grateful thanks from me for all the people who've been watching the various game series this year and leaving comments and likes and subscribing to the channel. I very do much appreciate it. I'd like to grow the channel. I'd like it to become a full-time career for me, but only with your help can that happen, both in terms of supporting me with likes and subscriptions, and most certainly with your comments, queries, suggestions and ideas. Without those, I can't provide what you want, because I can only provide what I think you want, and I could be totally wrong. As I said, have a fantastic Christmas and a great New Year, and I wish you all prosperity for next year and beyond. I'll see you soon, because as always I don't say goodbye, I just say it's bye for now.